welcome to Tabor Talk. It's like 6:30 tonight, and another installment of Tabor Talk. So, by the way, you hear that, people? You hear gunshots. We live out in the country here. Yep, we're in the Catskills, in the mountains, and there are a lot of hunters, a lot of really cool people, a lot of right-wingers. So, which is a good segue into what I want to talk about today. I got an interesting text from actually a really good friend of mine. I went to school with him. Actually met him in first grade. Went to grade school, high school, played guitar together. I mean, I love the fuck out of that guy. I might as well give him a shout out. He wouldn't mind, right? Rick, I love you. Okay, I know he watches my videos. So he sent me a text and he said, oh, wait, this glare is really bad. Oh, well. So he says, you know, Mike, you'd be so much more popular. You'd have way more subscribers. And I mean, I'm sure I'm talking local level now, but he, like, it's like everyone I know, it's just that your politics, you're on the wrong side, you know? So if I was a phony and I went right wing, I say phony like a Sean Hannity, you know, and I spewed all this right wing shit, and I was like, oh, and I yelled at people and I insulted people. Oh, Mexicans, we need a wall. The wall just got this much higher. Keep the Mexicans out. They're rapists and this and that. And O'Donnell is a big fat slob. Rosie O'Donnell's a fat slob and he's ugly and this and that, you know, obviously. And all it is, like Sean Hannity talks. What a piece of shit Sean Hannity is, you know. He's just such a phony asshole. And I know people love him on the right, but I know what he's doing. Here's the reality. Right-wing stuff sells. It's huge. It's just, I mean, this historically, hear that gunshot? So historically going back, talk radio, AM radio, that was right. It's always right-wing. You have truck drivers and they listen to AM right-wing radio. This has been going on forever. You know, I used to listen to Bob Grant. I loved Bob Grant. He was really right-wing, but I thought he was super entertaining. Really smart guy, super smart, but over-the-top right-wing stuff. And he used to yell at people, get off my phone, you gavone. You pusillanimous, low-life, liberal, no-good skunk. Get off my phone, you gavone. Bob Grant, he was hilarious. And then, you know, Rush Limbaugh back in the 80s and 90s, and he's actually bigger than Bob. Bob was more local, New York area. He tried to syndicate, and it really didn't work out. And then as far as right wing, Rush Limbaugh was a real big star. He really made it big. And then Sean Hannity too. I remember when Sean Hannity just started out, and he was on ABC, and he was he leaned right, but he wasn't crazy. He was actually a nice guy. Seemed like it, and then he's like I know what they were saying. His agent in the station was like, Sean, man, you gotta, like, dude, you want to have a career in this? Like, start being outrageous, start saying shit, start talking shit, start being like Martin. You remember I talked about Morton Downey Jr. and all that. You know, if people don't remember Morton Downey Jr., I did a video recording on him, Channel 9. With the big mouth, he was that over-the-top right-wing guy. So you have all these people. And how about Bill O'Reilly too? Bill O'Reilly's a right-wing guy, and he insults people, he yells at people. And here's the thing: you don't even have to be smart. You know, you just want to be entertaining. And here, so I am a progressive liberal, and it's hard. It's way harder. It's not fun. It's, you know, I try to make it entertaining, but it's not, you know, like my guys are NPR, you know, and, you know, and even on my timeline, I got a bunch of people who are right-wingers and stuff, and I interact more with them, but I have like hundreds, like 1,000 people who are, you know, professors and writers and scientists. They don't get involved with my timeline. Not at all. And they're like super high-end, high-level guys. Like I have a guy who's actually, you know, he's the editor of New York Times. Like people who write for the Times and all that. And I'm like, they're not going to get involved in my timeline. I understand that, you know? And it's unfortunate. I'd like to draw them in, but, you know, you have on my side, the left, the intellectuals, like these people are way above me. They have these pedigree, um, educations, background. I mean, total Ivy League, you know, Princeton and Harvard and Yale and Columbia, and they've written books, and, you know, so I'm like a guy without a country, right? So I can't compete with the big boys, you know, the Harvard people, you know, guys have written books, you know, they're very nice too. You know, I do have some friends in once in a while, but, and then, you know, then I have sort of my guys. I grew up in a small town in Bloomingdale, New Jersey. I went to Butler High School and all, kind of, not to be mean, but, you know, little redneck. Hey, fucking, hey, that's where I'm from. That's it. I came from the gutter, as Tony Montano said. All right, here it goes. I'm not doing it right, but I came from the gutter. Remember when he's talking to Michelle Pfeiffer and he's trying to hit on her, and, you know, now Tony Montana is a big shot. He's got a lot of money, and he goes, okay, here it goes. I came from the gutter. Same with me. Poor, went to Butler High School, totally redneck, you know, and, you know, nice people. I fucking love everyone there. I really do. I love everyone. And, you know, I came from poor, you know, lower middle class, and now, so now here it is. So, Rick, you're totally right. But I have to, as I said on my text, I go, Rick, I have to be true to myself. I'm not going to be a fake, phony fraud like Sean Hannity. All right? And that's true. Sean Hannity's a phony. And who's the other one? Laura Ingraham? Fuck you. Laura Ingram's a piece of shit. She's a CUNT. She really is. You know, she's this rich, you know, this heartless. I can't stand her. You know? All right. That's it. I kind of like Bill O'Reilly, though. I mean, he's an awful person, but at least he's smart and interesting. He's an interesting guy, Bill O'Reilly. All right, people, have a great day. Taper Talk. Of course, I'm going to play my music. All right, Rick. I know you're watching. Tell me what you think of this video. I won't give your last name, Rick. He has an interesting last name. It's Rick, and all right, never mind. Here we go. Tabor Talk. Stay tuned.